it or export it like that. You can you can decimate everything, and basically it's a reference for your low poly model. So you have to reduce the poly count so that your like is a 3D third party software should be able to handle it. So yeah, so I exported everything. Here is the model, and I have like re-exported my A post model from initial stage where I have created the model in semi-perfect symmetry. So I exported in that format so that I can create the low poly in symmetry very easily, and then I can for posing I can use ZBrush once again and pose it very easily because everything is in group already is there, so I can do that. So and in like if it's symmetry, so you will save a lot of time. Otherwise, you have to create the entire model in asymmetry. That will be a difficult task, or it will be a time-consuming process. So that's why I re-exported the entire model in the previous version where it's not posed without pose. Exported that, and now I'm going to create this entire model in low, like convert this entire thing into low poly. So, preferably for characters, most of the time for retopo, there are like few, like you can do it, you can create a low poly in ZBrush, like for all those bands and straps, they are like quite low poly and flat straps. You can use them directly if your polygons, like right now you can see it's around 4 lakh 95. Oh, it's like a 49 lakh something. It's really, really huge. And this is something it's not at all recommended. This is something we cannot use. Not even in production, not even in a game, nowhere we cannot use. For one single shot, definitely we can render it out and use it, but it's not optimized, and this is not something like allowed. So make sure we have to retopo everything. This is way too dense. This is not at all required. So we have to reduce the poly count and fix everything. So let's start my personal preference and industry standard is for character is Maya. For characters, usually they use Maya because it becomes very easy and handy. But like kind of progress I saw in previous weeks, you guys not even able to create the basic or not even doing it, like not even motivated or I don't know, you're not doing it, so there's no point doing it in Maya. I'll do it in Max. I'll show you the technique in Max because I don't think you guys are able to grasp the Maya technique because like ZBrush also you're not able to do it. So let's do it in Max because you guys all already familiar with Max. You know how to model, create things, and most of the options you guys know already. So it will be easy. So let's start with our model. So what I'll do is, what I will do is I'll basically take one part at a time and create a low poly out of it. So I can just simply isolate one section, which is like I can see this is something. This is the lower division of face, and here I can see my nose and most of the parts are kind of nice, but this is again quite dense because it's around 30,000 polygons just for the head. So this is like way too much for that polygon, not even tribes. So it's like for games we always count triangles. So it's around 61,000 tri 61,500 600 triangles, which is way too high. So we're not going to use this. We have to optimize it. So there are like few specific tool for retopo. Like when you have a high poly and you want to develop create a low poly on it and transfer like bake all your high poly detail to that low poly. So there is a specific technique. So what we do is basically we take our this is our um, what you call high poly. So I'm going to create my low poly on top of this. So in Max, how it works is for this to make it work, you have to create another plane, another surface that you will use as your low poly surface. So what I'll do is I'll just this is my eye area, right? So this is my eye area. I'll just simply this particular loop I'll just pick because I feel this loop is kind of fine, not this one. So reason being this near to I, it should be a continuous loop without breaking anywhere. You can see this loop should this upper line and this lower line should be a one single loop. Right now this is going down and this is again going down, so it's not a correct loop. But this other rest of the part I can use it. So what I'll do, I'll just select that section in polygon and move it slightly. Clone in, clone to object, not an element, because this is going to separate object altogether. Cloned it, exit from polygroup and select your model. You can name it as low poly, name it as low poly, low. So I you can see I have just moved it slightly, a slight subtle difference. Now I have to create a model with the help of this polygons and reduce the poly count and make sure all the loops are perfect. Right now you can see there are all these strange triangle, is not even triangle, quads, the strange shape here and there. What happened to my max? It's doing something. Oh, thank God. And then like lips area, this loops are not correct because loops. I guess in first class I showed you few references, so I'll show you those references once again. Maybe that time you guys were not able to relate to those for loops, but now you can relate. These are the basic fundamental loop process loops you should have in any character. I'll show you. I have a better reference. Yeah, this one is better. So you can see near to I, it should be circular loops, like continue round round round. It cannot be spiral, it cannot be at ending abruptly anywhere. It should be a circle, like throughout circular loops. Then your lips should be a circular loop, upper lip should be a circular loop, then nose to chin should be a circular loop, and then the forehead to your like this jaw. If this is not there, it's still manageable, but if it's there, it's good. That is how like your good topology works. So and this is another example I'll show you. These are the basic landmark loops: eye, nose, lips, forehead to jaw. But that's it. Those things you have to keep in mind. Rest everything you have to like blend in together, well together. Like you have to like fill those gaps. So I'll just show you how to create this. So eyes are really delicate, really compact, and lots of details are there. So what you can do is for eyes you can have this much polygons. That is fine. Or like for eyes, but same amount of same density of polygons for forehead and other area is not necessary. You can just simply bake those information and create all those details. So, pay attention, like really good attention. Otherwise, you won't be able to like understand the entire process. So, select your low poly, this surface I just copied. Then go to your graphite tool. Because you can if by default you can switch off. You can switch it on. Then that's okay. It's opening. Huh. So open this tool. I guess you all know about this graphite tool. I guess I hope so. Like anyone say something like if you I don't know like you guys know it no don't know it. You guys aware of this toolbar?
We know, sir.
You're not or you're you know.
We know.
Okay, very good. Huh, you know. So in this tool, so by default, whenever you open it, you by default it opens in modeling for initially. So we're going to use freeform. This is the tool where we're going to use this base as our base model. From on that, we're going to create our low poly. So what I'll do, I'll take this all these polygons. So it's selected. Then you can see there's an object paint mode. It's showing grid. If you don't change the grid, it will whatever you create, it will snap to the grid. If you click on the arrow, you have drag drop option. draw on surface, draw on selection. So if suppose you have a selected part, if you want to draw on that, so this is exactly kind of a tool you have in Maya as well, that is called as quad draw, and this is called as um, polydraw, I guess, polydraw. So what you can do, draw on, select the surface, because right now we want to use this surface as our target, and use this and create our entire this model. Then they can see the moment I selected surface, there is an option pick, it's activated. Now you can click on this and select your surface. You can see that group 49495 they will head. If you name it, you can check those things very easily. Right now I just simply imported everything. I didn't name renamed anything, any low poly, anything. Select that. Then then you can just simply go ahead and start creating your model. So like how to create, now you can see, if you hover over here, if you click here, nothing happens. Sorry, my mistake. If you click here, press shift and drag. Okay, give me a second. Now click on surface after that. Oh, sorry, my mistake, no surface. You have to click on extend, because we already have extracted this face, and we're going to extend this part as our polygons, because then I click on extend, and then start extending this continuous polygons, and create all those required loops. Extend. Then what I can do, this should be continuous circular loop. So what I'll do, so to move any vertex in this mode, you have to press Control Alt Shift. Control Alt Shift together, click on any vertex, move it. Then press only Shift and drag. Just simply drag, nothing else. Control Alt Shift, then only Shift, Control Alt Shift, only Shift. So like this, you have to make sure it's a continuous circular ring loop. It should, right, previously it wasn't a ring loop, so that's why I have to redo this area. Or there's one more technique which is personally I prefer, which is I prefer step builder. That is click, shift and drag. Click, click, define the vertices. This is what I personally I prefer this one. Shift and just simply drag. So now you can see it becomes a continuous round circular loop. So this is what we need for eyes. So what I'll do is, and you can see there are some issues because this area is going inside, that those things will fix. Either we can fix it right away, now only. So make sure align it properly with your angles, all the edges properly from all the angles. Check it nicely. Then one loop is done, this eye. So then what you can do is you can press shift and extend. Click on extend, drag this surface. You can drag any one polygons like this, or there's one more option was there. And one more thing, like this distance, if you open this poly draw, you can see this there's the option for offset. The amount of offset right now is 0 0. So 0 0 means it's directly snapping on that head model surface. So if you want to keep some distance, slightly distance between your actual model, low poly model, and your high poly, you can define that surface and create that as well. So what I'll do is extend Control Shift, and if you press Control Shift, like for this, what I'll do is I press Shift, drag it, Shift, drag it, then press Control and Shift, increase the like extend this entire loop. Control Shift Alt. I guess auto weld is on. Maybe it's not. No, it's not on. There's the auto weld option. Okay, that is something I can weld it later also. And angle, like your flow of the polygon is very important. Similarly, this point. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Make sure it's a nice round loop. Control Shift, extend. Control Shift Alt. Make sure this is not a triangle. At least three loops outside and three loops inside. And this is how you create your entire low poly, or correct low poly, snapping your high poly. And this is the actual pipeline for each and everything, even for a small prop, even for a small like vehicle or anything you're creating a high poly. This is the exact pipeline you have to follow in the industry. You have to create a high poly, then you have to create a low poly and snap everything perfectly. This part I can feel is way too extended. I can move it inside and snap it here. And like suppose you feel okay, these two areas are not welded. So what you can do, you can select go to vertex mode, or you can switch off this vertex, both the vertices, weld, weld, weld it. Once you're done with the welding and all, exit your vertex mode, go to extend once again. So like this, you can extend everything. So first, what you have to do is create one loop around your eye. Then then you can start with your lips. For lips, what I'll do, I'll use step builder and make sure this like center a this line. This should be aligned properly. So Control Shift, for my mistake, extend. Control Shift, align it. Control Shift Alt. Then this loop should go round. Control, oh, sorry, my mistake. Shift, drag, Shift, drag, Shift, drag. Exact same loop. Step build. This should also be a circular. Okay. Huh. Sometimes it reacts like really oddly. That is like quite possible because it's snapping automatically. Okay, still not snapping. Oh, then go to extend, shift, extend this, snap these two. So two lines. So then control. Then you can do step build, extend, shift, drag, and you can see it's a tedious process. It's not easy or simple process. Step build, bridge should work. Okay, it's not working. So what you can do is deselect this, go to vertex mode. If you want, you can go to isolation, isolate mode, select these two, weld, weld, weld together. Like there are a few things sometimes you have to do it manually. For this, I can use target weld, right click, move it outside, edge mode, select all three, all three loops, extrude, target weld, extrude this one, right click, exit from your vertex mode once again, select this and this, these two, isolate, isolate this piece, and now going to start building our entire model. So we can go back and fix things. So there is this part I need to build. It's not builded. I have to check. So I'll connect these two. So lips, eyes. Then I'll create my nose. For this I'll use step build. This. After that, this loop is ready. This loop is ready. This loop is ready. Then I need to have the center loop, and you can see I'm just working on only on the half side because rest I'll symmetry. This, then connect everything. Then this loop is correct, but in between I need another loop to continue from this section to control eye and eyebrows together, because you need to think of a rigging also and animation also. Like professionally, whenever you create some model which is going to be animated, that time you have to think about the animation and rigging as well, and plan create your entire model based on that. I guess I should save it. It's doing something, I don't know what. Low poly. Right now, don't worry about this like uneven loops, lines and all. That is something you can fix very easily. This is again a loop, and make sure check it from all the angles and make sure it looks like a loop and it's clean. Okay. There's an option to add loop cuts in between. I don't know, I forgot that. Check it from all the angles. Make sure it's not like there's no, it's not changing drastically suddenly. Switch of it, this build up. You can see I have these options also, like relax, soften, smudge, like relax. the option to reduce the brush size. Bring the format default minus it's not reducing. The option for like reduce. Oh, here it is. I don't know. There's a shortcut for it. I'm not able to find it. I don't know why. I can like change the size, scale. Like you see, scale of this thing. Still huge. Now it's fine. So I can just like zoom in and relax it. I guess this I need to reduce the size even further. So you get all polygons and snaps perfectly and clean lines. So it basically relaxes your topology. Oh, not too much. Relax everything nicely. See, it snaps perfectly with nice. And there's a, I guess I need a cut here. Then I can just extend use and snap those surface nicely. Shift. Oh, sorry. Step build up. Shift. Connect these two. Bridge. Huh. Sometimes it doesn't work. Like this is why like I prefer Maya because Maya all these issues are not there. You can do it very easily and quickly. So, like by this time, like in half an hour, I could like in Maya, I can just complete this entire head. Then okay, I'll just clean the model. Fatafat, weld. There are like few areas I need to weld and offset point zero or 0.01. Enter. Click of this. Then shift, step build up, connect. Then you can like add more loops. You can do it manually. You can extend that section. It's not okay. Deactivate. So make sure this loops continues. Okay, there's again I can see there's again one more open sorry, open vertices weld. So I can see there are like few loops I need to add extra here and there. So that is something I can fix. Or what I can do is switch it off. My basic shape is ready. I can just simply isolate that border, cap it, right click, cut. Where is my cut? Cut. I don't have this loop. Cut it. Cap. Right click, cut. And I can just, if you want, you can move this area as well, this surface, to align with the surface, and then use cut. This particular cut, what I can do, I can just connect this here and remove this one. So here, this one is not required. This section is, you see, added nicely. Okay, so I see there is a issue. I don't know what is it's updating or doing something in the background. Let's save it again quickly. Saving, still saving. And just give me a second. And I'll take the attendance quickly. Yes, I'm touching here. Low poly, topo, low profile, low poly, topo. Okay, Akshay Kumar, present. Anirudh, present. Anshuman, present. Ashwin, not present. Nitin, present. David, present. Rohit, not present. Anything rather be Rakesh, not present. Nitin Kishore, present. Shiva, present. Puneet, no. Rajveer, present. Rulmansam, present. Sonam, not present. Tushar, I saw Tushar in between. I guess he joined. I got the notification of joining. So, the log. Tushar was there, but now I cannot see him. And like one more important thing, like I guess like last week I sent this mail regarding the fee and all. Like in that mail, Akshay, Nitin, and Radhaji Rakesh name was there. So have you guys talked to?
Sir, I have paid, sir.
So have you sent that mail to
Yeah,
student
I have
coordinator?
just sent that fees payment to Bibin, sir.
So no, after doing that, you have to send a mail to the transaction thing, either Bvin and CC to student coordinator. Otherwise, I didn't have any update.
Yes, sir. I have paid.
Ah,
Last week itself, I have paid.
okay, okay, very nice. So that means like otherwise I don't have any update on that. So I'll see that. And Nitin also the same thing. Just like I don't know, like just talk to them. So because I talked to Namrata because she don't have any information on this. So like send her a mail. Okay. Uh, so like this, you have to create the basic structure of your entire model. Select this and these two. Isolate. Select your body. Surface is already selected. Now you can go ahead. Start building your rest of the model. Or if you want to apply,
Sir,
send it here. Yes.
sir, I have doubt in
Tell
that
me
high poly. I don't know how to make that one.
how to make that high poly.
No, sir, the thread things with something in thread
Which
picture.
which one? Which one? What I need to understand.
Some rope is there in.
Rope is there. Yes.
How to make that one rope and then that down
Get down to that.
clothes.
I showed that right.
No, sir, I can't find that video.
I showed that technique also, and plus I asked you guys to download a rope brush also from Bad King. I said that also. Suppose okay, I'll show that quickly. So if you want to create anything, Shift F, initialize, reduce the poly count. 13 and eight. 8 is fine. So, like create a cylinder. Then now, what you can do is you can suppose you want to extend some parts, so you can use this your poly this thing Z modeler. Oh, sorry, this is not a this thing polymesh 3D. So you have to convert it to polymesh 3D. Mm, poly loop. Alignment, one side poly, mesh, extrude, poly loop, landscape. Okay, like suppose like it should be like, 8 is not correct. It should have 9 or 10. So you can create something like this. Then you can use deformation. Then under deformation you have this bend or twist, not in Z direction, X, switch of Z. So you can just twist it. That is also Y. Y direction. Create a like roof kind of basic structure. You can Control D and check it. So it just looks like that. And if you want, you can add loops and all, make it a bit more uh, bigger. Control D. So it was like only two ropes. You can have a third rope, so it will give that twisted feel. Then Control Shift, the center part. You want this area only. The center part. You select this and then go to geometry, modify topology, delete hidden. So delete lower first, delete hidden. And right now I can see this is not like straight for the top, so I can just simply use a slice. You see I have this tools, trim. Okay, Control Shift, trim, trim, make it perfectly clean. This thing, hide that section, hide this section, delete hidden point. So now you have this shape. Now you have this shape. Select I'm just for better visibility I'm using gray. I like this thing. Then brush, create, insert mesh, new brush. Then you can use it at nano mesh, or you can just simply use this brush. Now I can go. Suppose I append a new surface like this one. Hide this one and select your this one. Reduce the brush size. Stroke. You have curve. Switch on curve mode. So you have that brush in a very strange manner. Okay, what kind of brush is this? Then we go to brush. I have curve, um, modifier, weld point, stretch. Okay. So you brush, create, insert mesh, new, okay, stroke, curve mode, and these are fine. Then I can go to my it's inverted. Okay. It's not a inverting. That is also fine. Modifier, weld point, stretch. Okay. Well, it's creating this triangle, just one sided plane. Just give me a second. Display double. One second. I guess there's a different polygroup that's also doing shift Control W, one single polygroup, create mesh, new. Yeah, I guess this time it will work. Select this, stroke, curve mode, brush, uh, modifier, weld point, and stretch. Yeah, this time it's working. Yeah, because of that polygroup, it was creating because I have created this. This is not aligned perfectly, so I have to align, make sure it's aligned perfectly, and then create this entire thing like this twist. If you zoom out, like this end point, this start point should be the same. So you can just simply go to deformation and twist it like roughly same. Brush resistant to work. New modifier of that stroke mode, switch and stroke modifier, weld point, stretch. See,
Yes, sir.
so like this, you can create, you can increase the size, you can reduce the size, shift F, so it becomes easy. So you just have to make sure it aligns properly. If alignment is correct, you can do it very easily. It's a very simple process. If you try it twice or thrice, you will get the like this. tool, you understand how it works, and you can create it very easily. A simple process.
Sir, from
Now,
which the thread brushes I need to download?
that bad king. That's what this thing I showed you couple of times in the class. Bad king. BADKING. Bad king.
Okay, sir.
I'll show you the site. This is the site. This is the site. Bad king. In this, if you go to custom brushes and last page, you see this brush is already there.
Okay, sir.
It's perfectly aligned, so you know the technique how to create it. Suppose you want
Yes.
to create something different, like a different kind of rope or some other, you can see there's so many things you can create, stuff. You can create any kind of brush and use it for as use it as a stroke and create all this shape. So try this technique and create something, and like what I expect by this Wednesday, at least finish your base model. Like,
Okay,
it's
sir.
been five weeks, and within 5 weeks, entire character finishing will be there. So 5 weeks are like base model is also not finished. Focus and work, please work and like complete your base model. Okay, so
Sir,
it's all about time. So I guess my next class is going to start. Just tell me, you have any questions?
sir, sir,
Okay.
after making that nails, how to symmetry that nails?
How after making this nail, how to submit?
One side only.
This is something I'm using very commonly. Commonly, what you are doing in class, I don't understand. Like, uh, like suppose I create something, uh, append any shape. So, like create. So this is my one side. Which one is symmetry? You can see your symmetry. So this is your model. Select this. Like once you create this one side, any mesh. This can be anything. You create a model, create anything, create that, place it, then go to go to Z plug, subtool master, mirror. You have x-axis, merge, okay. It will create, duplicate. And
Okay, sir.
okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow.